Hello there. Thank you for coming to today's show with Phil. Unfortunately, you know, yesterday I lost my mother to a medical circumstance. I'm not going to elaborate on the medical circumstances. She had loads of medical issues. I'm not going to, I'm not going to go into details. Okay, now, okay, Texas death row inmate Melissa Lucio. Okay, North Texas. Okay, she's on death row for a murder of her own child. She was convicted of murdering her own 2-year-old daughter in 2007. Alright, when a mother kills her own child, she should also give her life. Unfortunately, we live in a state where you are tried by the jury of your peers. Alright. North Texas, okay, if no action is taken, the only Hispanic woman on death row will be put to death 1 week from today. So this was posted 11 hours ago, okay? But the family advocate of Melissa Lucio are fighting this type of execution, arguing she was wrongfully convicted of a murder of a 2-year-old child. Okay, well, she was tried by the jury of her peers. Says, we don't want our mother executed. Well, she killed someone. She got tried by the jury of her peers. Found guilty. The jury of the peers delivered the verdict. I mean, it is what it is. You take a life, the jury of your peers found you guilty, you should have to pay for the life that you took with your own. It's only fair. I mean, if you want to go out and act foolish and stupid, there's a price to pay for that. It is what it is. And we already lost our sister, and not to lose our mother for an accident is just horrible. Okay, you want to call it an accident. How can you call it an accident when it was premeditated? You see where I'm going with this? If I were to take a life, I should give my life up to. What's fair is fair. Alright. Lucio attorneys are seeking clemency, calling on the Texas Board of Pardons and Parole to recommend Texas Governor Greg Abbott earlier to a commutation of her sentence before her scheduled execution on April 27th, or a reprieve for at least 120 days to review the evidence they say will show her innocence. Her attorney, among them Lawyers for Innocent Project, and arguing the case before the courts. The calls for mercy has grown loud in recent days, including from Texas legislators on both sides of the aisle and celebrities like Kim Kardashian. Even some jurors in Lucio State House case now say that her execution should be stopped, or she should get a new trial based on the evidence they did not hear. At trial, prosecutors argued Lucio was an abusive mother who likely caused injuries that resulted in her daughter Mariah's death, but also Lucio's clemency petition says those were the results of an accidental fall down the stairs outside the family's second-story apartment, and authorities, plagued by the crucial misunderstanding about the fall, assume that Mariah's injuries stem from abuse and discounted or ignored the evidence could have proven Lucio's innocence. Listen, she had her day in court. The jurors of her peers examined the evidence, found her guilty, and delivered the verdict. All right. Now, Lucio is now 53, convicted in large part. Her attorney argued based on Carter's confession. She gave authorities an aggressive late-night interrogation same night. Okay, she admitted to the crime. Okay. It's simple. If you don't want to do the time, then don't do the crime. It's simple. Okay. And she was partly susceptible to coercion. She voluntarily gave the interrogators the evidence, the verbal evidence. I mean, it is what it is. And now, going through this, all right, looking at this, you have to pay the price of, you have to pay the price. Oh, all these are excuses written from the children, her children. They're excuses. And I mean, if you...
CBS 11's J.D. Miles spoke to the state rep from Allen, who is among those leading the effort to spare her life.
She's one of only 6 women on death row in Texas and the only Hispanic. As of now, Melissa Lucio will head to the execution chamber on April 27th.
I think there's a very real possibility that Ms. Lucio is innocent.
State Representative Jeff Leach chairs the House Judiciary Committee and is among the growing chorus of voices hoping to stop the execution. The Republican lawmaker from Collin County agrees with those who say the 53-year-old wasn't given a fair trial.
And Melissa Lucio's case is a very troubling, maybe the most troubling case, JD, that I've ever seen. The system literally failed her at every turn.
My name is Melissa Elizabeth Lucio. I've been on death row 11 years.
Lucio's arrest and trial were documented in the recent film, The State of Texas versus Melissa.
I'm the first Hispanic woman on death row.
The mother of 14 children was convicted for blunt trauma injuries that killed her 2-year-old daughter in 2007. But Lucio insists her daughter, who had a disability, fell downstairs outside the family's home in South Texas.
You fell all the way down. From the first step up there, all the way down there.
Authorities interrogated the mother, who had no documented history of violence, for more than 7 hours before she told them, "I guess I did it. I'm responsible."
For her, she wasn't guilty, so she decided to answer the questions without knowing, what the outcome would be. And so she basically gave up, and that's what she told me.
Sabrina Van Tassel directed the documentary that also detailed how the chief prosecutor would later be sentenced to 14 years in prison for accepting bribes related to his work. Lucio's children have been traveling the state raising awareness and hoping to keep their mom from becoming the first woman since 2014 to be executed in Texas.
She is terrorized right now. I mean, she is counting the days. I am prepared for the worst, but hopeful that, they will see that this, was really an egregious miscarriage of justice.
Representative Leach will be part of a bipartisan group of lawmakers who will announce support for a clemency petition tomorrow morning at the Capitol. It will be up to the Board of Pardons and Paroles and ultimately Governor Abbott to make the final decision. In Dallas tonight, J.D. Miles, CBS 11 News.
J.D., thank you.
Okay. Now, when you're arrested and you're taken to the DA's office for interrogation, all right, you can tell them that you need a public defender present and have the public defender, aka defense attorney, answer your questions for you. and have them contract through the state to be your public defender. It is what it is. And I'm going to put the link down below. I'm going to put the link down below, and I want you to understand there is a price to pay when you take a life. There's always a price. And oh, here it is. I don't know what you want me to say. She told investigators when that's more details as per court documents. Okay, the DA documents everything that you're telling them to use against you. I'm responsible for it. Oh, wow. Wow. I'm going to put the link into the YouTube description that you read it. But remember, when you do the crime, you're going to do the time, or you're going to pay as per the juror's verdict that they give you. I mean, you can go to have new trials. Okay, you can do all that. Have new trials. Have them dig through the evidence. I mean, what's done is done. All right. I lost my mother yesterday to a medical circumstance. I'm not going to go divulge that on this public forum. And I am going to say, if you are contemplating on committing a crime, then you are going to do the time or pay by the jurors of your peers. Okay? Thank you for watching this video. Comment down below and let me hear what you got to say about this. Just remember, there's laws in other countries. Alright? Thank you for watching this video, and you have a good day. Good day or night or noon where you may be at. Take care.